Sonicstate here at Superbooth 2021. I'm here with Christophe from Voix Du Luthier.
La Voix Du Luthier.
He's a French name. That's the best way to say it. But we're in the Harken audio kind of booth here, and you have a really interesting, well, a very interesting product. These are loudspeakers, but
it's without speakers.
Right, okay, without speakers, yeah. So could you give us a little bit of an explanation of what we are looking at here?
So it's a resonator. So it's used as a speaker, but there's no speaker inside, only soundboards.
So sound is the wood resonating.
Yeah, exactly. We have a transducer transmitting the vibration to the wood. But like on a guitar, the string doesn't make much noise on an electric guitar. So, but you have a bridge on an acoustic guitar, and the bridge transmits the sound to the soundboard, and that's what you're hearing. We are doing the same thing, but the bridge is transmitting the vibration to the wood.
So I'll explain one thing with the sound that's going on at the moment. We haven't got any live sound going into our thing. Everything you hear is coming from the microphones. So could you play a few notes for us so we can hear it in the room? Wow. So it's kind of interesting, and something that's probably not going to come across on the camera is that the sound emanates from.
It's spreading all over. When you play guitar or piano, you can be all over and the sound is spreading all over. Unlike a speaker, which is very directional. Right. And if you are in a nice classical venue, if you put the violin in the middle of the stage, you hear it all over, and that's exactly the same with this. That was kind of the intention. So the name Ondes is clearly connected to the Ondes Martinot. And the Ondes Martinot is one of the rare electronic instruments that fits perfectly with an orchestra, because they had this palm resonator, the metallic one too. And so we were kind of trying to continue the work that was done 100 years ago. Right. Was by Maurice Martinot, so still big in France, but building a wooden resonator using the same techniques. The techniques to build them is exactly the same as on a piano or on a guitar for the soundboard. Okay. So that's really Luthier work. So
this unique shape then this isn't just for looks. This has acoustic properties.
Yeah, it has. We have experimented nearly 25 different shapes, and we finally ended with this one and the pyramid version, which is kind of bigger. Okay. So for their acoustic behavior.
So So the pyramid then, how would this differ then from the other one?
So it's a bit louder. It has a wider range, spectrum range, and it has a specific shape which makes the low frequencies are escaping from the low end, but the high frequencies from the top. So it kind of naturally specialize the sound. Wow. That's very interesting too.
Yeah. Can we hear this one?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's the sound of the wood. You really have to hear this in person to really understand it, because it literally, you hear it. It's the sound of the wood resonating. It's astonishing. If we bring the camera around here, we can see here's the interface here. Can you tell us a little bit about what are the USB ports for?
So. Here it's a Class D amplifier, the same as for the Ondes. You have two knobs, which are the volume of each soundboard. We have two soundboards, so one for the bass, the other one for the high frequencies. Yeah. So you can balance them. You have Bluetooth input if you want the audio input, and the USB is that it can be battery powered. Meaning you can play it in the middle of the wood without electricity, but it can also provide a USB power, meaning you can kind of connect the mini to it, power the mini, and play whatever you want, and be fully standalone, as you would be with an acoustic instrument. That's really the idea.
So in terms of the volume, the maximum volume, is it measurable in SPL, or how?
It's difficult to measure it. I prefer to compare to instruments. So the bigger we have is the class. This is a class D amplifier. We have a class A. With a class A, you go up to the level of a piano. That's kind of the maximum what you can get from the wood, because then there's a limit, mechanical limit
to how much it can.
If you take the Ondes, it's going to be something like a violin, so you can play maximum volume on a violin and be comfortable with the Ondes together. So that's somewhere in between.
So it would work with acoustic instruments,
definitely,
like acoustic guitars, acoustic violins, pianos. It's around that kind of kind of volume.
And that's one of the ideas, to be able to play together with acoustic instrument without the need to mic all the instruments. You're acoustifying the electronic instrument and play together in a very consistent manner.
Wow, amazing. So what's new at Superbooth 2021?
It's
a black model?
We have that black model that you were hearing with Edmund playing just before. So we are now in regular production, but everything is handmade. So one of the new things is we are now starting to get custom requests, like that black Ondes. We have also black pyramid that was shipped to Japan.
Oh, wow.
Small little stuff that we have on the top of the pyramid. So we have this kind of so you can remove them and put one.
Do they change the resonating character?
Not really. That's mainly for aesthetic.
Values.
But a lot of users asking for them. So that's new. They are also handmade. We'll say that's also a nice work.
Wow.
This is different since last time we saw.
And so we are also, since in times we made, we were also always making evolution on it. So for example, at the beginning last time we had only one single sound hole, but now we have 3 of them. The size of the sound hole here really changed the sound, but this on the side is a bit different, and that's mainly about how it spreads the sound. So we have a better sound spreading now, it's a bit louder since these new sound holes.
So I mean, how did the connection then with the Harken Continuum come about? Because these seem a very interesting mix.
I'm involved with Harken for quite a while, working on physical modeling. And when you work on physical modeling, you can go very deep in the algorithm. But when you end up with sounds, a speaker, you don't really sound like an acoustic instrument, and I was really missing this. And specifically here on this setup, you also can feel the vibration of the sound. So that's why we built this device to have a much more acoustic sounds, to be able to play with acoustic instruments without the need to mic them, and to be able to feel the vibration. Here on the Continuum, on the Mini there, you really can, you touch the surface and you feel that vibration.
I need to do. I haven't actually tried it yet myself. So. It's
you can touch, you can put your hand on it.
It's a most unusual experience. It does make it. It's the acoustic nature of what is essentially an electronic instrument, and yet it sounds like an acoustic. It's bizarre. It's making my head pop.
Yeah. And it's interesting also for a sound engineer, when they want to record it, you need to mic it. As you would mic a guitar, then you choose your own microphone,
right mics,
where you want, near field, far field, whatever, and front and back. So that's also very interesting. A lot of people are using them for reamping. So playing something already recorded through the Ondes or the pyramid, and then just choose and place the microphones.
Is there a kind of an ideal pitch range that it works on? I mean, if we were to take the 88 notes of a piano, how much of the range of the piano would you say translates well?
The high frequency are okay on the Ondes. You're going to miss a low end with the Ondes, but with the pyramid you will get a low end.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a lot of resonance on the Ondes. The first one is at 50 Hertz, but the density of resonance is quite low at 50 Hertz. It goes up and It's mid-range, mid-high, where the density is higher. The pyramid is starting its resonance is much lower at 38, and then you get quite the density.
Wow, interesting. So, I mean, these are available now. They've been on sale for a few years now. So if people are interested, where would they go to find this?
So you can hear them at Schneidersladen here in Berlin, or in France at Modular Square. You can buy them, of course, from Schneidersladen, but also online from our website if you're outside of Germany.
And how does the pricing work on it?
The only started at 1,160 euro. Okay. And the pyramid, this one is 1,400. Oh, right. And with the Class A amplifier, it's around 3,000.
Okay. So, okay, so yeah, they're not really that. Yeah, kind of affordable, really. But as I say, it's a peculiar experience that has to be experienced in person. Really.
That's a difficult point. Yeah. We need to have that in shops so people can experiment them.
Amazing. Well, Christophe, thank you ever so much for taking time out.
Thank you for you.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you very much.